Greetings. My name is Richard Harris. I work with Spatial Informatics Group. We're working with the El Dorado County Fire Safe Council to develop a community wildfire protection plan for the western slope of the county. This is a collaborative project funded by an SRA grant from CAL FIRE and Title III funds. The objective of this project is to create a cohesive plan for the western slope of the county, to establish logical fuel management areas, to develop and present prioritized projects that can be implemented by the communities and that provide maximum community protection at the lowest potential cost. There are several fire safe councils already in the county, most of which have community wildfire protection plans of their own. We'll be working closely with these councils, and we'll be incorporating their community wildfire protection plans into the larger plan. There's a number of communities at risk that don't have fire safe councils or community wildfire protection plans, and our risk assessment, which will be countywide, will include those communities and identify potential opportunities for outreach to perhaps create new fire safe councils. The general approach for preparing a community wildfire protection plan is to create a project team, to identify stakeholders in affected communities, to create a community base map, to conduct a community risk assessment, to identify the assets that are potentially affected by wildfire. On that basis, to prioritize treatments that can protect those assets, to prepare an action plan for implementation, and then to finalize the plan. The project team includes the El Dorado County Fire Safe Council, Pat Dwyer, Steve Willis, and Barry Kallenberger, Spatial Informatics Group. Gary Roller is the project manager. Shane Ramsos is a technician that's involved with the project as well. And me, Dr. Richard Harris, who is conducting the outreach to the communities. CAL FIRE is also represented by Darren McFarland. Stakeholders that are potentially affected or vested in the plan include the existing fire safe councils and the communities that they represent, agencies and entities that have assets in the county, and others that might be determined, and we welcome your suggestions on this. You could forward any suggestions for people who you think should be informed and involved in this project to either Pat Dwyer, to Gary Roller, or to myself. We held a meeting a few weeks back with the fire districts to introduce them to the project. There will be future meetings in conjunction with project milestones, and there will be a number of community meetings to present the results of the risk assessment and to get feedback. Speaking of feedback, we have a survey posted at the Fire Safe Council website for community members and stakeholders to complete. We'll use the results of those surveys to sort of verify and validate the results of the risk assessment that we're going to conduct. The community base map includes landscape features, the communities themselves, critical infrastructure, where the fire stations are, the vegetation and fuels conditions, and then completed, in progress, and planned fuels treatments. And this is critical. We need to know where things have been done, where they're planned, and where they're in progress so that that can be incorporated into the computer modeling we're going to do to conduct the fire risk assessment. So an example of one of these treatment areas is the Fire Adapted 50 project area, lying generally between Sly Park and Highway 50, where 1,500 acres of treatments will be done over the next couple of years. The community risk assessment is based on historic ignition data, where the assets are, what the firefighting capability is, and then the use of a computer model to essentially burn the landscape and find out where the assets are likely to be affected. There's really two components to the Community Wildfire Protection Plan. One is the treatment locations and practices that can be implemented to protect communities. And then we'll be doing additional education and outreach on things such as structural ignitability, defensible space, and evacuation routes to help the communities be prepared for wildfire in the event that it occurs. We'll finalize the CWPP by working with the local fire safe councils and the stakeholders and include the existing CWPPs modified as necessary. We're likely to develop a few new CWPPs for the communities. We'll then publish, post, and distribute the approved plan. The time frame is shown here. Right now we have been looking at the existing CWPPs. We've created a template for the CWPP we're going to prepare. We're starting to gather data to conduct the fire modeling, and we have the survey, as I mentioned, posted at the website. And we really encourage you to go to the website and fill out those surveys because those will be very helpful to us. The entire process is scheduled to end January 2017 with the publishing of the plan. If you have any questions or want further information, you can contact Gary or myself, or you can contact Pat Dwyer at the Fire Safe Council. Thank you for listening.